required for that and where do we stand. Okay, so we will also share one Google Sheet with you where you can access the Google Sheet. You can also open yourself and you can fill that sheet as well so that you understand where you stand. Okay, so before we do that exercise, I want us to just analyze. So what is the some of the challenges in the campus, right? So I believe some of you are already in the campus right now, or you're still studying and in the campuses. So as I always say, the first preference is if you get a job in the campus, okay, so try and get that job, okay, because in the current job market, so if you get a good technical job, anything to do with technology, then just take that job. But again, it's not guaranteed because of the current market situation, okay. But campus placements don't always reflect real world readiness. So sometimes you might be preparing only for the placements, but if you don't get it, and then if you have to compete outside of the college, then that is where your skills become a very important thing. So if it is in campus, mostly they'll conduct the assessments on the analytical skills or aptitude and CRT skills. But once if you're out of college campus, then you will be assessed on more than just the analytical skills. So what do the employers expect? The employers hire for practical skills and problem solving ability. Okay, so what the employers are looking, what the companies are looking is the problem solving and practical skills. Okay, so the purpose of this session is to connect with what is happening in the job market, and also you can perform an assessment. Okay, so let's do that. So what are the top 5 IT jobs for freshers in India? Okay, so I believe most of you guys are joining from India. So the question here is, what are the top 5 jobs that we have in India for freshers? Okay, so what are the top 5 jobs? So if you see the latest data from Naukri or LinkedIn or Times Job, Indeed. So these are the jobs that are published or in the market right now. The first one is a software developer. So what does a software developer means? It could be like an application developer or a full stack engineer or anything. Mostly somebody joining as a fresher. And as you can see, we have 1.5 lakh jobs in 2025. Okay. So what we are doing here is you got like 1.5 lakh jobs. Okay. And so if you look at the skill set, oh, give me one sec. Why is it playing like this? Okay. So if you look at the skill set of the jobs, you can say the skill set has like 3 options. Is anybody here who does not understand? Is everybody coming from Telugu background? If it is mostly from Telugu, then I'll also talk in Telugu. Okay, but if you guys are joining from other places, we don't mind continuing everything in English. Okay, but anyway, so if you see the current job market, so you have like, okay, yeah. So if you see the current job market, so you mostly have something as a must-have skills, and you got a good to have and optional skills. So depending on the job that you are going for, if it is a software developer job, then definitely these three are your 3 or 4 or your must-have skills. So right now we have the top 5 jobs where companies are hiring freshers. Okay, so there are top 5 jobs. The first one is the software developer. We have around 1.5 people, 1.5 lakh jobs, and must have skills for Java, Python, SQL, and OOPS topics. It can be on any language. Okay, I don't know why this one is giving me trouble today. Okay, give me one sec. I'm just trying to directly move this over so that we don't have to worry about all these slides and all. Okay, so we have what is the main skills that companies are looking for? What is the must-have skill is Java, Python, SQL. These are like must-have skills. Sometimes it can be Java or Python, but some companies they expect you to know both Java and Python. Okay, and the good to have is a JavaScript, REST APIs, and then you got a GraphQL APIs and the other APIs as well as a fast API and other things. And the optional skill set is if you know React and if you know Docker. The average payroll is around 4 to 15 lakhs, and these are the top cities for hiring. Bangalore is still coming first in most of the jobs, and you have a Hyderabad, and you got Pune. Okay. For data scientist, the must-have skill set is Python, then the SQL. Okay. And if it is pure data scientist role, then statistics and probability is a must-have skill set. Okay. And what is a good to have data scientist is a Power BI. Why is it good to have for a data scientist? Because for data scientists, sometimes they have to present what they are doing in the meetings, like whatever they're they're doing it. So sometimes they have to present it to the clients, and that is where their skill set plays a role as well. The presentation skills come into play here, and that is where for presenting it, either they should know, if they're good to have Power BI or R. Okay. And optional one is a TensorFlow. It's not mandatory, but it is a good optional one. Okay. The average CTC for data scientist is 8 to 16 lakhs. Again, the cities are Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Gurgaon. So if you see in North, Gurgaon is hiring more people in India recently, and there are a lot of data science jobs coming up. The reason being, there are a lot of product-based companies are coming up in Gurgaon. Okay, so data scientist role mainly plays a picture either in a product-based companies or in GCCs. Okay, so we'll talk about GCCs later, but GCCs also have a good roles for the data scientists. Okay, the third one, AI/ML engineer. So Python is a must, and knowing the ML algorithms is a must. So for you cannot say you are applying for an ML engineer or a AI engineer, but I have no idea what is a machine learning algorithm is, then it is not going to work that way. Okay. And if you want to get a job as an ML engineer or a AI engineer, the must-have skill set is a TensorFlow. I mean, it's good to have, but I would say the TensorFlow is kind of a must-have as well, because if you have TensorFlow, then you can actually do a lot of work, and you definitely have a good opportunity there in the market. Okay. And PyTorch, the optional is around understanding the LLMs concept, the using a Hugging Face, or even here in data science, knowing the Kaggle or working some of these Kaggle stuff. It's not a skill set, or it's not like a specific skill set, but it's general, like but knowing the Hugging Face models, working with the Hugging Face models will help you. And as you can see, the AI and ML engineer roles, whatever the roles that are advertised in the market right now, you got a very good, pay scale as well. Maybe not for the freshers, not every company is offering 10 lakhs for the freshers, but compared to others, say for example here in software developer or application developer or a full stack engineer, sometimes what we see is the pay scale is around 3.25 or 3.5, whereas if it is a AL or ML engineer, the starting what we found was 4 lakhs. Okay, so this is the skill set. And where do you have most of these jobs? Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Mumbai in India. So how did we get this data? We got all this data from what the companies are advertising. So we have we have aggregated a list of all the jobs that are placed in 2025 for this particular title, to know where, which city they are being advertised. Okay, ఇక్కడ ఎక్కడ ఏ సిటీకి ఎక్కువ అడ్వర్టైజ్ చేస్తున్నారో చూసి, and we created those city names here. Okay. And the next one is a cloud engineer. So for cloud engineer, we had around like a 30,000 plus jobs for cloud engineer. Okay. Again, AWS, it can be one of the clouds, but the main thing is understanding the Linux and all of this stuff. Okay. So sometimes it can be a cloud engineer or a DevOps engineer as well. Okay. Maybe not necessarily a cloud engineer all the time. So it can be a cloud engineer, or it can also be a DevOps engineer. So it's also good to have a DevOps concept. But again, if you see, Python is also coming here as one of the good to have skills. So knowing Python will help you all overall in the overall picture. Like as you can see here, in the software development side or a data science side, or even in the AI and ML, you definitely need to have Python. And cloud engineer, you need to know Python. And cyber security as well, like you need to know Python. So this is one common skill set that you need to have. But I want to clarify, if you're purely trying for a full stack engineer, then you don't need Python. People, what I see is they're learning Python, but when you ask them, okay, what are you learning Python for, or what do you want to do with Python? They what they say is, we are preparing for a full stack engineer. I'm applying for a full stack engineer role, and we are using Python based full stack engineer. No, you don't have any job for a Python based full stack engineer. Okay, Python, you will use it in some of these APIs and other areas, but not for the full stack. Okay. And the next one is around the cyber security analyst. So you can see the network security or Python. And again, you got this ethical hacking, uh, and other areas, other skills that you need to know. Okay, the forensics and blockchain and all of that. Okay, so these are the top jobs you got in industry in India, and these are the list of skill sets that you have. So what is the current hiring trend in IT market? The current hiring trend is, there is definitely a mass hiring, maybe not as it was in 2022 or 2023, because since 2023 the market is bad, but still there is a lot of hiring happening. Even for us right now as we speak, we have nearly 7-8 JDs that we are trying to recruit people for. Okay, so we have a AI and data annotation specialists. We have nearly 500 openings for a AI and data annotations. So we need people with 2 years experience. And we currently have almost 50 roles for more than 50 roles for a Python fast API engineers. We need some experience there, but otherwise, for freshers as well, we can, if they have a very good experience, like, we got very good hands-on experience, then we can definitely consider them. Okay. So there is a hiring that is happening right now in India as well. And overall, of course, there are challenges, but again, why there are challenges or why people are losing jobs, things like in TCS as well, like there are terminations. If you see the reason why TCS is terminating people, they have clearly mentioned that we tried to upskill them and we are not able to upskill these people. Okay, so upskilling is the biggest challenge. But if you are on the right track, if you're learning on the right track, if you are preparing for these jobs and have these must have and good to have skills, then getting a job is not an issue at all. Okay. And high growth domains, as we saw before, what are the high growth domains? What domains have a high opportunity, high number of jobs? Definitely AI and ML. Okay, AI and ML, even we ourselves have currently 4 JDs for Bangalore and Chennai, and I think one we got for Hyderabad as well. So AI and ML, there is a good hiring happening for freshers, but somebody should demonstrate a good skills. So there are good roles coming up for AI and ML, and there are good openings for data analytics. Cloud computing, to be honest, I doubt if freshers can get too many jobs on the cloud computing. But AI and ML data analytics is definitely one area where we are seeing a lot of growth happening. Okay, cybersecurity has a huge potential. Okay, this definitely has a cybersecurity has a huge potential, but it's mostly as a analyst. If you are studying cybersecurity in the college, then you can try for a cybersecurity analyst. Okay, and I'm not sure if you heard about this GCC. GCC is a global capability centers. Okay, so what are global capability centers? So as you might be aware, in US, here we are all having these problems with Trump and tariffs and all of it. So now what is happening is more and more companies are moving into India. Okay, a lot of companies are moving to India and they are establishing a global capability center. So earlier we used to have a delivery centers. The delivery centers are more about the delivery centers are more about the offshoring the work and all, whereas the global capability center are actually a product based forms, so where your product is developed. Okay, so this is like earlier getting into a product based company, we don't have many product based companies in India, but now you got many product based companies coming to India, and they're all establishing their GCCs, global capability centers. And one good part here is, with the GCCs coming to India, the salaries are also going high. Okay, so if you can get into a GCC, that means you can have a high chance of getting a good salaries. So they are paying almost 40% higher salaries. Okay, and the next one is around the people or companies are looking for any certifications. If you have certifications, your chances of getting job are high. Okay. Some industry certification like AWS certification or Azure or anything on machine learning. So do you have to pay for certification? There are some paid ones like going with AWS and all. If you are in college, speak to your college and ask your college if they can associate with AWS or Google or Microsoft. If they can associate, then they can give you some free certificates as well. Okay. So check with the college if they have any association with these guys. And if you think we can help you there, let us know, let our team know, because we work with colleges to associate with these companies. We can talk to your college and see if they can join. Okay. Next thing is skills over degrees. Degrees are good, but many companies are actually looking for more skills than just the degree. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So what exactly are the recruiters looking for here is a problem solving ability. It's not a choice selecting multiple choice questions, but a problem solving. How do you develop the problem solving abilities? By thinking about the problem, coming up with some solution, exploring other options to solve the problem. Okay. Not by hearting. So some of us, and especially we have this experience of just writing questions, by hearting the questions and writing answers. Okay. But that does not help. If you only remember and try to write the answer, that does not help. But if you think about, take one problem and try to do it yourself. You try creating a project or try creating some product and do it end to end. See what are all the problems that you are getting when you are trying to solve it, and how do you resolve it. Okay. When you do that, then definitely you have a higher chances of getting into a good companies. And hands-on tool proficiency. So a lot of the times, I always say this. So a lot of times we remember the definitions and we say like, okay, I know what is this the definition ideal. So we try to answer the questions with the definitions, but companies are looking for you to have hands-on experience. Okay. Companies are looking for you to have hands-on experience. So remember that part, and try to show more hands-on experience and not just this definitions. Then collaboration and communication. Some of you mentioned earlier that okay, you're good in communication, which is good. Okay, so which is good if you say you're very good in communication and all, because communication is a very important skill. Okay. And this is very important. So I'm someone who always ask when people come for interviews, I don't ask technical questions all the time, because I know technical question, if I ask, people will remember some answer or they try to justify because they practice for the interviews. So what I ask them is, I'll open my browser. I ask them, give me your hacker rank profile, because they cannot fake it. If it is a hacker rank, it shows you how many days you practice, what you have. So they cannot fake it. If it is something else, they can immediately fake, right? Because hacker rank and lead code, I'll ask them, show me your lead code. And then they'll open the lead code and they'll show, sometimes, sir, I have practiced it, but I haven't done it and all. So I'm like, okay, but then I'll go for a technical question. But for me, the first thing is I will look for their evidence, profile evidence. So personally, whenever I take interview or whenever my team is taking interview, I always ask them, check their hacker rank profile, their lead code profile, their GitHub profile, because these ones you need to establish over a period of time. You cannot do it within one day, because if you go to GitHub, it shows how many days you actually worked, how much of work you did, how many projects you published, or how many projects you worked on. These things you cannot make up, right? You cannot make up these things. So automatically, like, just because of interview, you can't say, sir, I have a projects in GitHub. You cannot say it. We'll open and I'll see how many projects you did, and we'll always say, you can, if give me your GitHub account. So it's very important. One is having skills. The second one is having your profile, your public profile, continuously updated. Keep your public profile continuously updated. Don't leave them. Don't wait for that interview thinking, oh, if I have an interview, then I'll update it. No, it's not going to help that way. Whether you today you have interview or not, today you have a job or not, no matter what, go to GitHub every day, try to make 4 5 commits. Go to Hacker Rank every day, try to solve at least one problem. Go to Lead Code, try to solve one problem, small or big, something or the other. Try to do it every single day. Okay, it's a mandatory to show your public profile. Okay, so that is a one thing. So what we will do now is we will select a self-ranking exercise. Okay. So you have this sheet. You can go to that link and open this sheet. Okay. Whoever can log in, go to this sheet, type your name here. Okay. Let's say if I'm typing my name, maybe I'll type my first name or whatever. Okay. Go to this sheet, type your name and rank yourself. So if 0 means you have no idea what it is. Okay. If it is 0, that means no knowledge at all. Okay. One is I have only have a basic knowledge. Two is I have a moderate, like, little bit knowledge, moderate knowledge. Three is I am very good in it. Okay. So we have all the 5 roles we listed here. Okay. We have listed all 5 roles. So if you know what role you are going for, okay, if you know the role that you are applying for, then I would say you go there. Okay, so if you know the role, you select your role and rank yourself against these skill sets. Like as I said, they have must have, good to have. Like if you go down to the previous slides, okay, so you have must have, good to have, and optional, right? So if you go here, these are like must haves: Java, Python, SQL. The OOPS, including OOPS, JavaScript, REST API, and React, they are good to have. Okay, or maybe JavaScript and REST API, and React and Docker are more of like a optional ones. Okay, and DSA is also very important topic. So can you do this exercise? Can you guys see if you can log into this sheet? Try to access this document and let me know if you're able to access it. So I can see only one guy has logged in. Okay. So just select and try to rank yourself. Are you good in Java? Like, is it number 2? Okay. 2 is like moderate. Okay. 0 is no knowledge. 1 is basic knowledge. 2 is moderate knowledge. 3 is very good knowledge. Rank yourself, because once you know where you stand, okay. So once you know where you stand, then you can help yourself, or even we can help you. Okay. But if you don't have any clue where you stand, అసలు నాకు మీకు ఏమొచ్చో తెలుసు అనుకో, ఓకే, నాకు జావాలో అయితే నేను బాగానే ఉన్నాను, నేను 3 ఉన్నా, అంటే నాకు ఫుల్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంది. పైథాన్లో నేను 1 ఉన్నాను, సీక్వెల్లో 0, అసలు నాకు ఐడియా లేదు. అలాగే ఊప్స్లో కూడా నేను కంప్లీట్లీ 0 ఉన్నా, జావా స్క్రిప్ట్లో 1, అంటే ఒక బేసిక్ ఐడియా ఉంది. రెస్ట్ ఏపీఎస్ నేను కొంచెం వర్క్ చేశాను. ఓకే. రియాక్ట్లో ఐ హ్యావ్ అ వెరీ గుడ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్. డాకర్లో ఐ హ్యావ్ అ 0. డిఎస్ఏలో సపోజ్ ఐ హ్యావ్ లైక్ a 2 అనుకో. Then if you want to get a job as a software developer, you know which areas to focus. So then you know that, oh, okay, I have to focus on the SQL, I have to focus on OOPS, I need to improve my JavaScript, because if I don't know these 2 topics, definitely I'm not going to get a job. And then you can have a detailed plan on how to get a job, how to get your skills, and how to get a job. Is it clear? బాబు అర్థమైందా? మనకేంటి ఇక్కడ, మీరు కాలేజ్లో లాగా జస్ట్ వచ్చి జాయిన్ అయ్యి ఊరికనే వింటే ఏదో హరికథ విన్నట్టుంటే ఉపయోగం ఉండదు కదా. సో యు ఆర్ డూయింగ్ ఇట్. డిఎస్ఏ అంటే డేటా స్ట్రక్చర్స్ అండ్ అల్గోరిథమ్స్. డిఎస్ఏ స్టాండ్స్ ఫర్ డేటా స్ట్రక్చర్స్ అండ్ అల్గోరిథమ్స్. Why I kept it here at the end? Because not every company asks for it. Okay. But they'll ask you to solve one problem using one language, one programming language. Okay. So every interview, ఇప్పుడు మా దగ్గర జరుగుతూ ఉంటాయి. You are not able to hear me? Okay. 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 Yeah. Not sure what's the problem, but anyway, the point here is, if you have, one area, every company will ask you to do this, solve 1 or 2 problems. Okay, if you are going for a software developer. Okay, so we will send this link to you offline as well. So if not now, you can do this offline as well. So but I would recommend you select the role that you are applying for. How many of you here, how many of you are here from pure CSC or a non-IT background? A pure CSC or non-IT? Okay, if you are like no specialization, I'm coming from a pure CSC, then focus on software developer role. Okay, and these are the skills that you need. If you already have some kind of data science in your college, or you're coming from a data science background, then this is the skill set that you should rank against yourself. And if you're coming from a AI ML, like that means you had AI and ML, or at least ML on your as part of your engineering or in your degree, whatever, then select this one, AI ML engineer role. Okay, if you don't have, I don't think anybody has a cloud engineer as a specialization, but if you're a CSC or a non-CSC as well, like a non-IT as well, if you want to learn on cloud engineering, you can still do that. Okay, but one important thing for cloud engineer is Linux. Without knowing Linux, you cannot become a cloud engineer. And Python is also very important skill. Okay, so Linux and Python are two important skills when it comes to the cloud engineer role. Okay, and you can select, you don't need all these three. Like you can select, you can learn either AWS or GCP or Azure. Okay, and Docker is also important, Terraform is also important, but these two are like the foundation skills. Linux and Python are the foundation skills. Now moving on to the cyber security. Cyber security, Python is good to have, but to be honest, you can still survive to some extent without knowing Python for cyber security. Okay, but the networking concept and network security is like the mandatory thing in a cyber security. Okay, so we'll share this sheet with you. Okay, so we will share this sheet with you. You rank yourself, the sheet is already there. You rank yourself. ఇక్కడ ఇది చూసుకుని ఈ షీట్ minimum 2 on all of these. That means you are not going to get a job directly at the current situation. Okay, so then what will you do? You will improve your skill. So any questions about this skill assessment tool? It's a self skill assessment tool. Okay, thank you, Pradeep. Thank you, Mahita. ఓకే, సో మీరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఒకసారి ఈ షీట్ తీసుకోండి. షీట్ తీసుకుని మీరు ఒకసారి డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుని యూ అసెస్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్. ఓకే, ఒకసారి నాకు ఎక్కడ హెల్ప్ కావాలి. ఇక్కడ ప్రాబ్లం ఏమైపోతుంది, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాబ్లం? మనకున్న ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే కాలేజ్ లో చెప్పినవన్నీ చదువుతాం, అన్నిట్లో కూడా బేసిక్స్ అన్ని 1110 లేకపోతే అట్లా ఉంటాం, బట్ వీఆర్ నాట్ learning anything strong. That is where the problem is. What I'm trying to help you here is to identify. For example, you are preparing for a data software developer. In your college they said, oh, you need to learn my ML engineering or a ML algorithm. One problem what I see is a lot of CSC people, they are doing projects, academic projects on a machine learning algorithms and machine learning based academic projects. There is nothing wrong in it. But if you are only learning just a ML project, if you are doing ML project, but if you are applying for a software developer, then that is not going to help you. Rather than doing an ML project just because ML is fancy, you focus only on what is a software developer is required. Create a project, do a project on Java, do a project using some good database. You have multiple databases, right? So SQL databases, NoSQL databases. So you can use a combination of SQL and NoSQL databases. Do the project there and display your skills. Stay only in this area. నేను చాలా మందిని ఇంటర్వ్యూ చేసినప్పుడు వాళ్ళు అప్లై చేసే రోల్స్ ఏమో సాఫ్ట్వేర్ డెవలపర్ రోల్స్ అప్లై చేస్తారు. ఓకే అమ్మా, నీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఏది చూపించంటే దే ఆల్వేస్ హ్యావ్ సమ్ మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ ఆర్ కంప్యూటర్ విజన్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ చెప్తారు. ఓకే, నువ్వు కంప్యూటర్ విజన్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఎందుకు చేసావు అంటే, సార్ అంటే ఎంఎల్ కొంచెం మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ AI మీద బాగుంటది కదా అని చేశాను సార్. ఓకే. ఫైన్ అమ్మా. అప్పుడు మిగతా ఏరియాస్ వచ్చా పైథాన్ ఎట్లా వచ్చి పైథాన్ నాకు ఎక్కువ రాదు సార్. Then why did you do that project? Because everybody in the college is doing it. Then what role are you applying? There, she is applying for a Java developer role. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you want to apply for a Java developer, if you are applying for a software developer, do the project, your academic project, everything only on the do it only on the technology that you want to go for. So what is the intention of this webinar? The intention of this webinar is to give you a complete picture of, okay, what are the top 5 roles where you have a large volume of jobs. The first one is software developer role. That what does it mean? Application developer, full stack engineer, full stack developer, all of these come into the software developer role. And this is the skill set you need. So if you are preparing for it, don't worry about ML, don't worry about cloud engineering and all. So sometimes people do a cloud certifications, or they will do they learn DevOps as well. And sometimes they said they are doing DevOps. But how does that help you in getting a job? You might say, sir, does it not help to know the technology? Yes, it helps to know the technology, to get you the total knowledge, but this does not help you to get a job. Okay, stay focused on one role or one main set of technologies. Okay, so stay focused only on one area. One thing is learn Python properly. Okay, and cyber security, sometimes people from cyber security do projects on ML. Okay, they do projects on data science, which is not bad. Cyber security, you can do it, but you need to have a strong foundation in your area. Okay, I hope this one is helpful. So now you know what technology I need to prepare if I'm applying for a job, what I should know. Some colleges, they're good in explaining it to the students, but some colleges, they put the students into everything. Oh, you need to learn, okay, DevOps is good, learn DevOps. Then machine learning is good, learn machine learning. Then agentic AI, learn agentic AI. So if you're learning everything, you know everything, but only in bits and pieces, that does not help you in getting a job. That is the main thing. So it's okay, learn it, but don't forget to focus on these areas. Okay, don't forget to focus on these areas. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, collaboration. So we have gone through this self-ranking. So this is a self-ranking exercise. I want all of you to do that. Okay, so once you identify the skill gap, like once you identify what is the gap that you need to know, then identify what all things you need to learn. For example, here you said you have a zero knowledge in SQL. That means have some plan of action on how to improve the SQL skill set. Understand, how you should learn SQL. Maybe you can look online, in YouTube or something else. Okay, and take some courses, trainings, whatever is required. But whatever you are learning, the immediate thing is build some practical project. Don't just learn and leave it. Build some practical project and show something out of it. As I said, companies, they look for the people to show their experience. Okay, companies look to see what their experience is. So create some project. So don't just learn all the time. What are you doing, Amma? Okay, I'm learning, but it does not help. Do some project and showcase your project. Okay, and also regularly assess, go back. Once you do it again, go back and see, okay, now say today is the 4th of October. 4th of October, when I checked my skill, my SQL is 0. 5th of October, my SQL is 1. 6th of October, my SQL is 2. You know Sorry, not October, like November. Let's say like 4th of November is 1, 4th of December is 2, and probably 4th of February, this skill is 3. That means I'm like excellent in SQL. So then, to answer my first question, if you remember the very first question I asked, if a recruiter called you right away and asked, we'll hire you, but you must name your role and one skill you are good at, then you can immediately say, sir, I'm very good at SQL, I'm very good at Java, I'm very good at, I'm average, medium at Python. You can hire me for a software developer. So you can so confidently say that to them. Okay. To confidently say that, you need to do that exercise. Okay. I hope that one helps you. So once you have know the skill gap, then you build a roadmap. Like as I said, this is how you will be building step by step and have some roadmap. Okay, this is a skill gap I have. What do I need to learn? So there is a free code camp, YouTube as well. You can go learn from there or any place. Like learning is not about you know I'm not here about where to learn. There are so many resources online. You can learn from anywhere. Okay. And the next one is when you are building your profile, projects always matter more than the certificates. Do the certification, no problem with that, but create a project. Your project is very important. Okay. Your projects are very important. And maintain your GitHub activity. As I said, companies look at your GitHub. They're not asking your questions and answers. If you are somebody, నేను క్వశ్చన్ అడిగితే నేను చెప్పేస్తా నాకు అన్నిటి గురించి తెలుసా అంటే nobody is going to hire you, believe me. Okay, so companies are only going to hire you if you have an activity, and if you can show them some code, open a code, show the project, tell them like, okay, this is the project I have done, and give a demo. Okay, so whatever you're doing it, you display them and join some communities. Okay, so out of all this, last 40 minutes nunchi you've been listening to me, half an hour nunchi. So if there is anything that you want to, almost half an hour to 40 minutes, if there is any, what are your next actions from here? First action is pick one role that you want to be specialized at. Okay, pick a role that you want to be specialized in. Okay, if you want to go for a AI engineer, absolutely good role, go for it, but pick it properly. Okay, if you want to go for a software engineer or a software developer, go for it. So you know what you need, right? Okay, so Pradeep, I'll come to your question, but guys, keep your questions coming and I'll answer in a minute or so. Okay, so if you look in the industry, 80% of the hiring happens only on a skills based. Okay, and you need minimum 6 months of time on an average. I won't say it's a minimum. Sometimes people can even get knowledge and skills within 3 months, or even on an average 3 months as well, because it depends on how much time they are putting and what kind of work they are doing. Okay, if you go for a GCC, then you can get even a 40% premium. Okay, build 3 to 5 projects, not just one. Okay, build 3 to 5 project portfolios. Okay, and your commitment to success. Okay, what is your commitment? Success in technology career. Indake LinkedIn post chesa as nenu. Okay, success in technology career isn't about knowing every tool or technology. It's not about knowing everything. It's about just stay curious and continuously improve your skill set. Okay, so take action today. You joined 1 hour, you spent your time here, we value your time. మీరు ఇక్కడికి వచ్చి 1 hour ఇక్కడ స్పెండ్ చేశారు సాటర్డే రోజు అంటే మీరు కెరియర్ గురించి చాలా సీరియస్ గా ఉన్నారు అని అర్థం. అండ్ we appreciate. Okay, we appreciate it that you are serious about your career, and we are here to help you. Okay, so complete your self-ranking exercise, identify your top 3 skills, have a plan for next 4 weeks, and have some schedule in place. Okay, that will help you prepare for your job, and it can be a campus interviews, it can be anywhere else as well. Okay, cool. So that's all about it. Pradeep ఏం చెప్తున్నాడు, sir, we are facing issue. Our course is BTech in AI and data science, but when we look at the syllabus and curriculum, it's almost the same as CSC. Okay, also say there aren't many jobs in emerging technologies. Treat them just as a temporary trend. I feel they're particularly right because most companies visit our college for placement, mainly recruit. Correct? Yeah. So if we aim to build career in data science or machine learning, how do we approach this? Okay, very good question, Pradeep. So if you are in data science, AI, ML, okay, let me tell you confidently, maybe not for everybody, okay, because your college with a good intention, they are preparing you for everything. But if you seriously want to stay only on AI, stay in touch with us, because we ourselves have a lot of roles for AI. Okay, there are companies hiring for AI. It's not the case. It's not that they are not hiring, but they don't have such a volume to come to campus. ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే క్యాంపస్కి ఎప్పుడు వస్తారు, ఒక 20 మెంబర్స్ కావాలి, నాకు 15 మెంబర్స్ కావాలన్నప్పుడు క్యాంపస్కి వస్తారు. ఇక్కడ ఉన్న ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే ఏఐలో నాకు 20 మెంబర్స్ కావాలి అనే రిక్వైర్మెంట్ లేదు. ఇఫ్ యు గో హియర్, ఇఫ్ యు సీ the number of jobs ikkada for software developer, if you have a 1.5 lakh jobs in 2025, for AI and ML you only have 20,000 jobs. Okay, so what is happening there? Because the college also don't want you guys to only prepare for AI ML, because otherwise not everybody will get a job if they stay only on AI ML. They want you to prepare for a software developer or a regular software developer or a full stack engineer job. Okay, akkada problem. But if you personally want to stay in the data science or a AI or ML engineer, then you can easily get it, no question about it. You can get it. You can try in campus, even if you can try outside, you can reach out to us. We have programs for AI engineers, because there are companies that are coming up for AI engineers. Okay, so you can get it. The reason why they say that in the campus, or why you have the syllabus I'm not sure. I doubt if the syllabus is same as CSC. I know there will be some changes, not exactly like a CSC. There will be some main AI ML concepts. Okay, but if you personally, or if any of you guys want to stay only as a AI engineer, 100% you can stay. I can assure you on that part, because we are getting so many jobs on that. Okay, I hope that is helpful to you guys. Anybody else has any questions? Ivanni akkadi nunchi vachina inni questions. I have technical experience in MERN stack. Please let me know if there are any opportunities. It's like the amount of opportunities you have in MERN stack is like a huge. Okay, you cannot even count. So if you are good in MERN stack, stay on MERN stack, because for React, if you learn React and if you learn Next.js, you got plenty of jobs. Okay, please provide courses and internship updates. Courses, guys, for us within Datavalley, we offer so many courses and trainings, and especially our main one is we have a 100% job guarantee program. Okay, which we operate out of Cyber Towers. Okay, so if it is a 100% job guarantee, which is like a 6 months program. So we take the students there. If they are in college, then we give them a internship certificate. We give them the academic project, and we train them in our Cyber Towers campus, and we place them in job. Okay, by the time you complete your college and you get your college degree, the day you get your college degree, you will be in job. If we don't place you in job, and if we get a college degree, we will pay you salary. Okay, so we'll say by the time, even before you get your college degree, we place you onto internships and jobs. So that is 100%, we are doing it. Okay, so yeah, things like that. If you want to know more about it, fill the form, and we will see. We have a separate webinar for that orientation session. If you join that session, you will understand more. Okay, for the 4142 students, we are rolling that program off, and we are seeing very good success. Okay, internship certificate are provided with your company. Yes, we have internship that if you are in Andhra, we do it in line with the uh, app sheet. Okay, and right now you're going to have an internship plus project as well, your academic project including publishing. Okay, that is also we provide. What are the prospective? I'm not sure. What is the agenda for the program? I hope you all get it. Is there any entry or eligibility criteria for selection? I don't know what selection you're talking about. How are you learning? How we learn advanced programming? No, learn regularly, like step by step. You master the basics and then go step by step. Okay. No questions, but come to our for campus interview students. Okay, yeah. So we conduct campus interviews. We bring the companies to campus interviews as well. So we do that for some companies in Vijayawada, some companies in Vizag. But it all depends. If your college has signed an MOU with us, then we bring the campus, the placement team to the campus. So maybe check with our team. Okay, how to learn in easy way to crack interviews. It's like learning every day few things. Like today you learn some things, tomorrow learn something. Day by day you will learn. Okay, what skills, talent is to succeed in your role. What skills and talents, like as we said, depending on what role you are applying. Okay, sir, I have attended so many webinars. All are tell the same one: concentrate on communication, technical, practical. Now I'm third year. I have interested to learn the AI engineering. So what should I learn to be good position in that? So much focused about career. You should tell me. You should tell now in AI engineer, learn Python, ML algorithm, so on. So, if you don't mind, please clarify my doubts, sir. Your explanation, okay. Simple, amma, no question about it. So, if you want to stay on the AI and ML, first learn these must-have skills. Okay. So now you know what is must-have. Don't do everything else. The problem, what I see is, if you want to stay on AI ML and you want to make that as your main career, okay, then learn this foundation. Python is a mandatory. Machine learning algorithms is mandatory. TensorFlow is mandatory. These Python, machine learning, TensorFlow, you first learn these three things. Master these three things. Okay. PyTorch, yes, PyTorch is also good, you know. So you first learn it, and you right now, how do you rank yourself, Reshma? If you have to rank in Python, do you rank in 3? Are you 3 in this? Are you 3 in that? Okay. 3 is like the top, 0 is low. Okay. Are you 3 in this? So just focus and learn and do some project work. Okay. If you do this, then there is no turning back. You will 100% get it. Okay. So you learn by yourself. Otherwise, if you are in year 3, get in touch with our team. So what is happening is, a lot of people are coming to cyber towers. Okay. సో ఇప్పుడు మనకి సైబర్ టవర్స్ ఆఫీస్ ఉంది కదా హైదరాబాద్ లో, ఇండియాలో. సైబర్ టవర్స్ ఆఫీస్ కి చాలా మంది కాలేజ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ వస్తున్నారు ఇప్పుడు. వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే, కాలేజ్ లో మాట్లాడుకుని, మేడం మేము కాలేజీకి రాము, ఇంటర్న్షిప్ చేస్తున్నాం అని చెప్తే, కాలేజ్ లో దే ఆర్ అప్రూవింగ్ ఇట్. వీళ్ళు ఇక్కడికి వచ్చి మన దగ్గర యునో జాయిన్ అయ్యి, they're learning and they're doing project work, they're learning everything, and they're also getting internship opportunities. So, and again, like, so that is also some option, but you're only in third year kabatti, finish your third year. But maybe once you come to fourth year, then you can take permission. Chala mandi chala colleges nunchi vastunaru మన దగ్గరికి. You can take a permission and then you can come to Hyderabad and work in our development center. Okay, if you join the OJT program. So yeah, that is one option. So Reshma, I hope that is clear. In our okay, Pradeep is asking, in our university at Vijayawada, if we want to discuss campus ambassador program or plan seminars and events, uh, whom should we contact? For Vijayawada, we have Anupama ma'am. Anupama ma'am number, Manjari Anupama ma'am number ivamma.
Okay, sir.
So Anupama ma'am is the one that takes care of Vijayawada and Andhra Pradesh. If it is Telangana, we have Kranti sir. Okay. So Vijayawada Anupama ma'am to maatladandi. So we have multiple, seminars or workshops or whatever, way we can help, we'll do it. Okay. Anupama ma'am number untundi chudamma, 8899199.
Sir, I have shared in the chat box.
Okay. 9256899199. Make a note of that number. Call Anupama ma'am. She is not in this call, but again, you can call her and she will talk to you or your, almost in AP we are working with almost like in a lot of colleges, most of the engineering colleges and degree colleges as well. Okay. So clear, guys. Anything else before we wrap up? So I hope మీరు 1 hour వచ్చి కూర్చున్నందుకు అసలు ఏమేమి స్కిల్ సెట్స్ కావాలి, దేనికి ఎలా ర్యాంక్ చేసుకోవాలి, వాట్ ఆర్ ద థింగ్స్, ఏది ఉంటాయి. This one I would say is good for at least next 1 year. Vinay, have a small doubt regarding LLMs and VLLMs concepts. Are there separate job roles for those branches? If yes, how many are there present? VLLMs ante, are you talking about AI background or are you talking about visual large language? అందులో అంత డీటెయిల్స్కి వెళ్ళొద్దమ్మా. ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ది లాంగ్వేజ్ మోడల్స్ ఆర్ ఆల్ సేమ్. ఇట్ కెన్ బి LLM, ఇట్ కెన్ బి SLM. ఈ డిఫరెంట్ జస్ట్ ఇక్కడ ఇట్స్ నాట్ అబౌట్ ద లాంగ్వేజ్ మోడల్స్. లాంగ్వేజ్ మోడల్ ఈస్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఒక NLP లో ఒక టాపిక్ అంతే. అండ్ ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ యూ హ్యావ్ దిస్ NLP లో విత్ ఇన్ ద NLP యూ గాట్ డిఫరెంట్ ఆస్పెక్ట్స్ ఇందులో. సో ఇఫ్ లెర్న్ ద ఫౌండేషన్స్ ఫస్ట్. Okay, LLMs, how a language model works, why something we call it as a large language model, why something we call it as it can be a diffusion model or a visual, virtual, whatever, like, visual language. But I would say focus on the foundation of the language models. As a language model endukundi, then purpose enti, how they are trained. If a language model is trained on 100 billion parameters, what it is trained on, how the context window, asalu context etla work avutadi, tokenization concept etla work avutadi, how the embedding is working, what is a vector database, what is a RAG concept, what is a MCP. Go into those details. It's not just about LLMs or VLLMs or SLMs. It's everything is same. Ultimately, it's all language models. Language models is just one concept. Okay, but you got so much beyond language models. Okay, so focus on that one. So రేపు ఇంకో పేరుతో ఏదో వస్తారు, but ultimately it's all same. Okay, so I hope that is helpful with Vinay. Okay, cool. Cool, guys. I hope you it's worth spending your time here. Okay. Any other questions before we close this session? Okay. So if you want to know more on that, yeah, fill that form, whatever Manjari ma'am gave you there. Fill that form, and we have multiple orientation sessions for the 100% job guarantee as well, and we got so many open roles. Okay, so it's all going good. So if you want to know more, then join that orientation sessions on that topic. Okay. So I hope this is helpful. You have a great day, and I'll speak to you next week. Next week, what is the topic next Saturday? Do you guys have that handy? You know what is the topic we are talking about next Saturday?
Manjari, share it here.
Okay.
It's a 12-week series, and we will be sharing the list.
Okay, no worries. LinkedIn as well. Okay, cool, guys. Thank you so much.